WackMatters is brought to you by Audible.com. If you go to audibletrial.com/WackMatters, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial where you can test out Audible's awesome audiobook monthly subscription service. Make sure to go to audibletrial.com/WackMatters.
Hey, Home Slice.
Yes, my dude.
How old are you?
Irrelevant. Age is a social construct.
Dang it. I wish I could no-sell any bit ever. I freaking break every time, dude. I can't.
Hey, man, I'm just doing my job here.
I'm gonna try again.
Okay.
Hey, Karsten.
Yes?
Why do apples...
What do you want to know about my apples?
You know what I've come to realize, I think?
Yeah?
I think, our show is...
A cesspool for everything that is unholy?
I mean, sort of. We're on the same wavelength here. I think our show might be more adult than the shows we're reviewing. And the family we're trying to get to.
I mean, have you heard some of the jokes in, like, Disney movies?
I mean, yeah, but here's the thing. We're
a
not
little blunt about it.
We're not clever. Yeah, we're not clever about it. So, like, we can't get away with that crap.
We're not very good at cleverly sneaking into places we shouldn't be.
Yeah, dude. We're essentially, you know, like how some people slide into DMs? We're essentially freaking Miley Cyrus wrecking ball into DMs right now.
I just don't go into DMs.
You don't?
Nope.
How else are you supposed to flirt with the ladies?
I don't know. It just kind of happens.
I'm just such a chick magnet. I just kind of, I'm nonstop. My whole aura
Would not say that.
reeks flirting. No, I would say that.
My costumes, though. My costumes get chicks.
If I had to choose one word to describe Karsten, it would be two words, and that is ladies' man.
I am a pretty good flirt, though.
I would say so.
It's kind of dangerous.
What is...
Just let me loose, I'll flirt with anyone.
So this is
Just
Toon In.
kidding.
This is Toon In.
I pick and choose my battles wisely.
This is a show where me, Marcus, your host, and my co-host,
The flirt.
Karsten,
Can I, like, have a fake name at least once?
No, because here's the thing. I'm too dumb. If we ever record...
How about you just call me by whatever name pops into your head, and I'll just answer to it knowing it's not your name that you're trying to... Yeah.
But the name that pops in my head is Karsten. It's your name. We've been friends for a while, bud.
Fair enough.
I like how we can usually get through... we'll get through a whole episode, and it'll be real clean and tight and stuff. But freaking, when we're doing the important intro and outro, I can't get a single word in without you interrupting me. Which is very funny to me, but also it's more funny to me that sometimes we'll talk about a whole episode of TV normal. We'll be like, hey, this is the show you're watching, this is how you can help out the site and stuff. And you'll be like, this is why fish exists. And I'll be like, what are you talking about, bud? What are you doing?
I have not once told you why fish exist. Amphibians, on the other hand.
Stupid idiot. This is Toon In. This is the show where we believe that there are a lot of cartoons that are all ages shows and try to encourage families to get together and watch them by kind of doing a watch and review, pointing out some of the adult themes presented in ways that are digestible for children. This is episode 10. We're talking about Justice League Unlimited. If you are following this show, we will be talking about the episodes and spoiling them and things. So
Spoiler alert.
You need to go back to episode 6. That's where we started talking about Justice League Unlimited. Episodes 1 through 5 are about a different TV show. But if you want to go ahead and listen, go for it. Otherwise, pause this, go back and listen to episode 6 through now. And feel free to enjoy. Karsten, what is the first episode we're talking about this time?
The first episode is called Ultimatum. And it starts off with this oil rig. and things seem pretty peaceful. But then all of a sudden, these lava creatures, these like lava men, pop up out of the sea and start wrecking crap and going ham on this oil rig.
Can I say something, Karsten
Yeah.
Miller? Am I allowed to say your last name?
Sure, just Michael, edit it.
Karsten Miller.
Okay,
Was I close?
it's Jarvis.
No? We've already done this bit where I don't know your middle name. I still don't know your middle name, right? We've done that.
Okay, but I will tell you, one of the names I gave you was real.
Man, I don't have to remember anything we've talked about before.
It was last episode, dude.
Okay, but that was 3 weeks ago.
Don't give away the secret sauce formula.
Yeah, we don't. It's like Chick-fil-A pickle juice or something, right?
What? Yes, everything at Chick-fil-A is made out of pickle juice.
Yeah, I thought
nothing else. It's not actually chicken. It's just pickle juice that's been so compressed together.
Because Chick-fil-A. Here's the thing about
everything is pickles.
So you know how we do jokes on this podcast sometimes?
Perhaps.
So I'm going to do a stereotype of other comedy things talking about Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is religious and hates everybody, and they like the Bible sometimes because Christian owner got them. That's how most people make fun of Chick-fil-A. This is how I'm going to make fun of Chick-fil-A. Freaking, they don't even give you anything. They just give you pickles and juice pickles and pickled chicken and pickle buns, and there's just hey, can I get a salad? And they just give you a giant thing of pickle juice.
Pick-fil-A.
Stupid dummy. God dang it.
Okay, but if I ever start a competing business, it'll be beef themed. So it'll be like, eat more beef. We'll call it not Chick-fil-A, not cow fillet. It'll be cow patty. Because doesn't that sound appetizing as heck?
Anyway, before I got on that side tangent,
what were we talking about?
You were giving
were we talking about a show or something?
Yeah, you were giving a synopsis of the episode. I interrupted you to say, I think your word choice is phenomenal. Freaking the way that you sculpt and say some of these things is just choice to me. I want you to get a job writing show synopses on the internet. For the intrawebs, if you will.
I learned from the best.
Kevin Costner?
No. Not you.
Kevin Conroy?
No.
Kevin McAllister. One of those is a fictional character.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Kevin Conroy exists. He's totally fictional.
Do you know who Kevin Conroy is, though?
I've heard of him.
He's the voice of Batman in the show we're watching, which is
I knew
Justice League
that.
Unlimited. What's going on after the lava monsters attack?
So the lava monsters, I can't see my notes when I'm with you.
I can't see my notes when I'm with you.
But I love it.
But I love it. Okay.
So we're going to do this podcast?
I mean, I feel like we're a little off the rails to start. We're 10 minutes in and haven't
Kind of
talked
what
about...
happens when you wake up at 4 a.m.
Don't. If I woke up at 4 a.m.
Just kidding. Today was my day off. I slept till 11.
If I woke up at 4 a.m., I would go, I don't have a job anymore, and go back to bed. That's what I would do.
But then you'd be broke.
I think I would rather be happy. I wouldn't be broke because I got this sick podcast money. Please buy our merch. I'm so hungry.
All of the money is going towards my cardboard hut downtown, dude. They don't sympathize enough with you. You gotta earn their sympathy. You see, me, I'm a very, very easy to sympathize with me. I'm a simple man.
You're so freaking... Let's talk about the episode of Justice League Unlimited we watched, my favorite TV show.
Every day we stray further from God. Okay, so these lava... I must reset the momentum.
So the lava monsters.
The lava monsters, they're destroying this oil rig, and then Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, and Aquaman show up, and they're just like, "Hey, stop! That's not cool, bro. Don't do that. That's not nice.
Stop! Back off!"
And the lava monsters are just like, "You're not my dad!" And they just keep wrecking things, and the lava monsters are starting to overpower the big four, except for Aquaman. He's not really all that good. He can speak to fish.
There is the good line where they're coming out of the ocean or whatever, and as like Batman and Aquaman get pushed kind of back to back, and they're fighting these guys, Batman goes, "Can you like speak to him telepathically or whatever?" And he's like, "Do they look like fish?" It's pretty good. I enjoyed that line.
I did too. So then, all of a sudden, this new team of superheroes jumps in and saves them. And these new heroes, this new team, it's the Ultimatum, and they're not part of the Justice League because they don't want to be part of the Justice League. They're their own independent. They're a strong independent team that needs no league. And so then, where were we? I don't know. I'm being distracted by being photogenic.
There's a video though.
Oh,
I got him with the vine prank. I was just gonna.
Why would you do that to a brother?
I was just gonna make a joke about how we were recording a podcast, and
But we're not.
and give people a sneak peek. But instead, you quit talking. That's how our podcast goes. Karsten just kind of quits. There's a lot of editing where Karsten just doesn't speak for 10 minutes straight, and we just kind of sit here, and Michael has edited out just 10-minute chunks.
We're here till like 3 a.m. every night, just trying to get me to talk.
Good, Karsten, please. Oh gosh, Karsten, please.
It's been 3 hours. Just say something.
Which remarkable editing on Michael's behalf, because if you listen to them, it seems like me and Karsten have a pretty good just conversation with each other, but it's actually not. We kind of just, I try to speak and then convince Karsten to speak. And then I have to roll with whatever he said because he for sure forgot what we were talking about.
You see, the thing is, like, right here, that was 12-hour pause right there, and it kind of just cut. Just cut it out. I just, like, stopped mid-sentence. And, yeah.
I like that you're doing the sound. Okay, we really need to get through this episode.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Though.
We really went off the rails there. Okay. Whew, I'm gonna be a good boy now. So these Ultimen, they come in.
Karsten, you're always a good boy.
All right. So the Ultimen, they come in and they save the day, and the Justice League is just like, hey, join our clique, be part of our squad, and they're just like, no way, Jose. So they run off back to their home base, but one of their guys is like flirting with Wonder Woman, and he's just like, come on, guys, why can't we join
Long Shadow?
Long Shadow. Okay, so Long Shadow is flirting with Wonder Woman, and he's just like, come on, guys, can't we just join the Justice League?
And he's like, hey, yo, Mom, let me get that number.
And she's just like, nah. Until your name is Bruce and you're dark and brooding, you can leave. But his hair was pretty good.
His hair was very good.
He probably uses L'Oreal.
Better or worse than my hair when it was that long?
Oh, Marcus, nothing can top you. Oh, please edit that out, Michael. Please. For the love of all things sacred and holy and child-friendly, please edit that out. So then it turns out that this Ultimen team, they're not their own independent group. They're being run by Maxwell Lord. And basically, he's just using them.
He's a Lex Luthor-esque villain. Mm-hmm. I think he appears in the Batman the Animated Series TV show.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely heard of him before.
And I know he's in the CW world.
Yeah. They've referred to him there.
He's in Supergirl. But,
yes. He's like Supergirl's Lex Luthor.
Because essentially Supergirl's just a worse version of Superman. The TV show, at least.
Yeah. I stopped watching that like halfway through season 1.
Is it because it was bad TV?
I didn't like it.
That's why I quit watching it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Maxwell Lord is running this team basically just to sell merchandise and make money, and kind of work for the government. But then we find out that that one of the members, I think, what was his name? The Wind guy, Windhawk.
Wind Dragon.
Wind Dragon develops a new superpower, and they're just like, wow, how'd that happen? So they're all being experimented on. We find out that they're actually expendable clones with a short lifespan, and they have implanted memories.
It's the Clone Saga.
Yeah, pretty much.
But DC.
Yeah.
With not Spider-Man.
Yes. So then they're just like, oh no, this ain't good. We got to get out of here, homie. And so they all start running, and they find the next set of them in test tubes, and they start freaking out, and they decide, you know what? Let's let's hunt down whoever's in charge of this, and we're gonna figure out some answers. So they start destroying the building, and Longshadow's just like, no, guys, there are other offices here. This is like a regular civilian building with an undercover operation being run in it. We can't just destroy the building. And everyone else is just like, we're dying. We don't care. So they're just destroying the building, and Longshadow's trying to save as many civilians as he can. Meanwhile, the people, we find out that this operation's being run by, it's Operation Cadmus. And they... everyone in charge of that is just like, crap, we need to pack up and hit the road. So they move everything out before the Ultimatum can find them. And then the Justice League shows up and it's just like, guys, chill. We'll help you. Just stop destroying this building. There are people in here. And then everyone in Team Ultimate except for Longshadow is just like, you know what? If we're going to die, we should at least have a legacy. And let's have that legacy be the people who killed the Justice League. So they start fighting, and there's this little battle, but they're clearly outmatched by the Justice League, which is very apparent.
JLU represent, homies.
Yeah. And so
they didn't train at the... Oh, dude, my joke is gonna be funny. What's it called?
USJ?
What's the school from the dumb anime show?
UA.
UA. They didn't train at...
They didn't train at UA.
Yeah, they were not UA students, but the Justice League was. There we go. Got there. My Hero Academia jokes.
I mean, it's only fitting.
I had to get there.
You had to get there eventually. I have successfully converted you. Welcome to the Weeb world.
Weeb world.
Was that a Wayne's World reference? You nerd.
But from the Between the Lions, dude.
Oh, I was thinking of the Wayne's World intro.
Yeah, but no, there's a part in between. I've never seen anything with Wayne's World, but there's a part in Between the Lions where there's a bit about Wayne's World, and they do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'm not gonna have any existential crisis right now. So the Ultimen get arrested because they
were doing crimes.
Yeah, they're basically committing domestic terrorism. And
Cadmus shows up.
Yeah, Cadmus shows up and she's like, hey, Justice League, we'll take these guys off your hands. And the Justice League is like, no, not going to happen. But Cadmus is just like, yes, it is. So everyone except for Longshadow runs off with the people from Project Cadmus. And that's kind of just the end of the episode.
We get introduced to Amanda Waller in this episode.
True.
She's a really neat character. I like this version of her better than any version in the comic books I've seen of her. She does this thing. So, spoilers for the show as a whole. Cadmus is the big thing they're going up against this season. Is the ongoing villain, if you will, the antagonist. Is Cadmus, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So Amanda Waller is a repeat character.
Wake up.
Excuse me. But the way the show does it and handles everything is you don't necessarily notice that there's a repeat ongoing villain for a while. It's really neat and cool and stuff. But Amanda Waller drops a bomb, that being that she hints that she knows Batman's secret identity.
And Batman's just like, oh no.
What? He goes, am I
Mission
blue?
failed.
No. So, what did you think of this episode overall?
It was a very entertaining episode.
The animation
we definitely didn't do it justice. Talking about it.
Yeah, no. Yeah. This is for sure not an episode you can just I'll if you're gonna skip an episode that we are talking about or something, you don't have time, or you kind of just have cliff notes, or let's say you're buying the show individually or something off of Amazon or something weird like that.
Why would you do that?
Because people are weird. Don't worry about it. People do weird stuff every day. This would not be an episode to skip. This is a very good one.
Yeah.
Animation's tight. Interactions are fun. There's some cool scenes, as Carson talked about, where Long Shadow's trying to save civilians from the building, where his power is to grow, so he gets very big and has like a handful of people, like just in a hand that he grabbed. Like it's really silly, but
it's like
fun.
when you reach into the candy bin and try and grab as many Skittles as you can.
Yeah, it's really fun and silly.
People are like Skittles.
There's a lot of cool just like scenes like that.
If you eat them, they die.
One of my favorite things is there's a guy with electricity powers and they put like a weird effect on his voice.
Yeah.
I was a fan of that. Like it's like little stuff. It's a very good episode.
Definitely.
I would recommend it.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
And I believe it's the first time that we hear Cadmus talked about, which, as I've already said, is the ongoing villain for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Carson, what is the next episode?
The next episode is called Dark Heart.
And it's about depravity of man.
Not quite.
Oh, took a guess.
I mean, we can talk about depravity of man if you'd like.
Different podcast.
Rate that. Okay.
Depravity is a 1 out of 10. It sucks.
From a certain point of view.
No. Wrong. What is Dark Heart about?
Dark Heart is about this giant alien robot thing. So it's about this giant menace that seems larger than life, and the superheroes have to go in and take it out. But at first, it looks like they won't be able to succeed. But at the last second, the heroes prevail, and then that's the end of the episode.
Okay, now do any of the cool things that happened in this one.
I mean, I just described every episode. Podcast over. We can move on to the next show.
No, wrong. You've not seen how the show ends, homie.
Heck. Okay. So, there's this giant alien robot thing that just shows up in the Grand Canyon, but it's not really that big. It's kind of small, actually. And the Justice
It's like
League...
house-sized.
Yeah, it's about the size of a small house. Maybe a 4-room, 2-bathroom.
A small house.
4-bed, 2-bath.
Or a very big truck. Like, just a super big truck.
Or
just a giant computer. Just like a really big, like, it's like the same size as like, a computer-sized small house.
Watson shows up in the Grand Canyon, and he's just like, "Sup, boys? Here's the robot revolution. Just like, here, time for the AI takeover of the world. You all can't stop me. My time is now. You can't see me. My time is now." It's really just John Cena. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, so this alien robot thing is in the Grand Canyon, and the Justice League shows up to investigate. But then these little bugs start crawling out of it, and it's gotten bigger since the Justice League were called there.
They're robot bugs.
Robots?
Yes, some robot bugs.
Yes. So these little robot mites are out running around, and they're consuming everything made out of metal. They're not worrying about the people, just metal stuff. So, but the alien thing keeps getting bigger, and turns out it's a self-replicating robotic alien being thing it's producing all these little bugs, and every time one bug gets destroyed, it just creates 3 more. And they decide there's no way they can stop it from the outside. They have to get inside and disable it somehow. So they request Ray Palmer to come help them. They go out and they enlist his help. And Ray Palmer's just like, I suppose I could help you guys. So he goes out to the Grand Canyon, and meanwhile, just the Justice League has basically every able-bodied person out there.
I like how you said, I guess, like, he's a Justice League member. He didn't go back, I can't pencil saving the world in today.
I mean,
can we push that?
He may have been a little too busy sciencing to help save the world.
Can we push that to Tuesday? Can we push world saving to Tuesday? I
thought, dude, okay, but
that doesn't work right now.
Sounds like you're trying to schedule our podcasting sessions. Can we just push world saving to Tuesday?
Yeah, can we just... I mean, if I had to say anything about our podcast to anybody, I'd say, think about saving the world. It's sort of like that.
Saving the world from what, me?
No, our podcast is saving the world.
Oh, okay.
Sort of. You can't think about it like numbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you think about it.
I want to see the statistics on our show, like the watch rate, how far people get in.
The statistics?
Statistics?
The statistics of our show? 100%.
All right. So, Ray Palmer hitches a ride in Superman's ear and makes it all the way back to the Grand Canyon. And he's just like, wow, this machine is so beautiful. Time to disable it. So he jumps inside and starts doing his little thing inside this giant machine. And he's looking around trying to find the core so he can reprogram it. Because it can't be destroyed. Because according to Ray Palmer, since it's self-replicating on a microscopic scale, they would have to completely vaporize it, which is impossible, because you can't destroy matter. So he has to reprogram it from the inside. So he gets in there and he's crawling around, and he finds its heart. So he has to shut that off. The only problem is he's too small to damage it, so he can't like break into the heart and shut it off. So what he does is he's looking around, and like our heroes on the outside, they're getting overwhelmed and things are starting to get really bad. The army's evacuated like the 3 surrounding cities. It's not looking too good. But Ray, the last second, decides, you know what? I'm gonna give this thing a heart attack because it's operating like a.
And I'm like, ow! Never thought it hurt so bad. Getting over you. And ow, you're giving me a heart attack. Looking like you do.
I have no idea what you just sang.
It's a One Direction song.
That's why. So.
It's pretty good. I really like One Direction.
You know, they split up some other 2 directions.
I muted you for your blasphemy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no. I gotta say the joke again.
This is a good joke. I wasn't ready.
So, I mean, it's just not the same, man. It's forced now. Things just don't quite feel the same when it's forced. So, Ray gives... What? Oh. Okay. So Ray gives the thing a heart attack by squeezing one of the intake valves. He just squeezes that thing as hard as he can till all the fluid stops flowing through it to the heart. And then it basically just explodes. And the robot dies. The end. Oh yeah, and then the government's just like, wow, that thing was super terrifying and it almost destroyed the entire planet. Let's take it home and run experiments on it.
Well, the line that they actually say is, it was almost powerful enough to defeat the Justice League. I say that because it comes into play a little bit later. It's important later on. Because guess what part of the government took it? Cadmus. Also, you got to experience one of my favorite parts of this TV show, where you recognized a character from a different episode in the background, and we're like, hey, I know that guy now.
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite
Green
things
Lantern
to do
was in the
show.
background.
It's Booster Gold. This is a good joke. Like, this is a pretty good episode. There's a lot of high-flying action, and there's a lot of, like, fun moments that I like in the show a lot. I like anytime you see how calm Batman is all the time.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that was a good part.
There's a part where Batman jumps out of his plane and he just starts free falling, and he's like, essentially along the lines of, I can't really fly, so if anybody could kind of come give me a hand. Because, like, I can't, like, fly at all. Like, no flying.
Now would be a good
powers.
time.
Now would be cool. But, his voice doesn't change, and, like...
And he said it exactly
Yeah.
like Marcus just said it. It was great.
Like, just deadpan. And the animation is, like, Batman's cape will fold and, like, meet in front of him to where he can be completely shrouded in his cape.
And he was doing that.
And he was just, like, it's, like, so laid back as he's, like, falling face first from a plane. Just wait. And, like, Superman saves him in the nick of time. It happens in Justice League, like, in one of the first episodes, he does that similar thing. And Superman saves him then, too. It's neat. Like, it's just, oh, what a cool feeling. I like the show a lot.
I want to attempt that. Hopefully Superman will come and save me.
Maybe.
Let's try it.
Karsten, would you recommend this episode?
Definitely. It was a good episode.
A good one. I think most of the episodes from here on out are pretty good. I think.
Mm-hmm.
if I'm remembering right. No more hawk and doves, if you will.
Yeah, seriously.
No more boat episodes of
Yeah.
freaking
Oh,
Dragon Prince.
That boat episode gives me anxiety issues to this day.
That's bad TV. Like, it was a bad episode.
That was a bad episode.
You know what was not a bad episode?
Buying our merch.
Episode 10 of...
We're just doing 3?
This one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Episode 10 of Toon In.
Of Toon In.
Yeah.
Is not a bad episode. Thanks for listening, by the way. This was Toon In. If you really enjoyed it and you have a little bit extra money, it's the holiday season. A good gift for yourself or for loved ones would be a t-shirt.
T-shirts
or a hoodie.
Tight.
Or a
I don't mean
sweatshirt.
tight as in size. I mean tight as in they are cool.
They're fly. Fly as heck, dude.
They will give you wings.
But not like Red Bull. They give you real wings that let you fly. We have sweatshirts.
Continue. Really?
We have sweatshirts up.
Heck yeah!
For sale now.
I am buying one.
Heck yeah, dude. We got those sweaties. Is that what the cool people are
Sweaties?
calling them? Sweaties?
No, that's something
Can we get that to catch on?
Cool, we can call them sweaties.
Also, there's just a donate button. So if you don't want anything, or maybe don't want to spend the amount of money that a hoodie or a t-shirt's going to cost,
just send a couple dollars our way.
You can just throw some money our way. We're never going to complain about that. And also, of course, a way, if you don't have any money, but you still would love to help out this show, word of mouth or liking, subscribing, rating,
share,
all of those things. Don't take much time, but has
that
huge,
share button.
It has huge dividends on our side, on the production and kind of side of getting any sort of clout and leverage in this world. So if you could spend that life minute currency on us just a little bit and give us a like, give us a comment, reach out, interact in some way, it'd be much appreciated.
Or if you want to do the Lord's work, buy a billboard and advertise us on it.
Or you can we're coming for T-Series. We're coming for you guys.
Subscribe to PewDiePie.
Yeah, for real though. Subscribe to PewDiePie.
We can't let T-Series win.
In a world where WackMatters is T-Series, I would be like, Michael, we gotta take a dive. Michael, you just gotta get on there and say something super racist.
But didn't that gain him popularity? Didn't that gain PewDiePie popularity?
Dang it.
It definitely got him publicity.
Michael, we have to delete our channel. We're like 2 subscribers away. It just drops. Like, I'm sorry, Pewds.
What if we are the next PewDiePie?
We are, dude. We're gonna take off.
I mean, I've never seen you die in a video game.
But I can yell.
But can your chair do the thing? Can your chair do that?
No.
I want to buy one of those chairs. They're only $3.99.
Thanks for listening, guys.
What have we done?
And don't forget to tune in next time. Got it. Yes. We never freaking get it.
But we did that time.
Thanks for listening to the podcast that we produce here at WackMatters.com. Just in case you didn't know, we have a lot of different shows running right now. There's Life's What You Rate It, where me and my brother Mark rate everything on a scale from 1 to 10 that exists in the entire universe. Toon In, where Marcus and his friend Karsten talk about cartoons and their value for people of all ages. Of course, Whack Tracks, where me and a bunch of friends make commentary tracks for whatever shows or movies we might be into at the time. And our newest show on the network, The Music Matters, where my friend Trevor creates a discussion around all the matters relating to music. If you'd like to support the content we make here at WackMatters.com, please go to WackMatters.storeenvy.com and check out our merchandise section. We sell t-shirts right now, and there's more merchandise to come. Even if you don't want to buy a t-shirt, there is a donate button at WackMatters.com that you can use to support the content that we already make and to help fund creative ideas for the future. Additionally, this podcast is also brought to you by Audible.com. If you go to audibletrial.com/WackMatters, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial with Audible.com where you get to listen to a free audiobook of your choosing and can continue subscribing for an awesome audiobook content subscription. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/WackMatters. We love you all and hope you will continue checking out the content we make here at WackMatters.com. Have a great day.